Okay, now we want to make an assembly drawing of our house. So I already have the house assembly open, and I'm going to come over here to the new icon. I'm going to say make drawing from part/assembly, and I'm just going to choose this default drawing template, and it's going to bring up all these different sheet sizes that I can choose from. I'm going to choose the A landscape, and then it's going to ask me if I want to drag in some views. I'm not going to at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the sheet feature, and I'm going to click properties, and I'm going to go to the sheet scale, and I'm actually going to change that to 250. And the reason I'm doing that is so that our exploded view will actually fit on the page. Now we could either drag in again from over here from our views. This is the view palette, obviously. So, but we also can say insert drawing view from a model, and our house assembly is open already, so it assumes we want to put that in. So I'm going to double click that, and then it's going to go by default to the isometric, and that's what I want actually. If you go down here, it's for some reason it's going to a 192, and I think it's because that's what fits best on the sheet. But I'm going to say use sheet scale, the one I just created, so it's going to scale it down to 1 to 250. So I'm going to place that there. And I'm going to insert another drawing view, and I want another isometric here that I can explode. So I'm going to double click this again, and I'm going to choose the isometric view again. Again, I have to say to use the sheet scale that I previously set, and I'm going to just put it arbitrarily right there. Okay, as you can see, it's not exploded, so what I have to do, I'm going to right click on the view, and I'm going to go to properties, and right here I'm going to say show in exploded state, and you see it explodes. So they're not lined up together. I can do that by eye. I can line them up if I want to by eye, and that's not bad right there. But if I want to have something perfectly lined up, I'm gonna just go ahead and center it on, and I can right click the view again and go to alignment, and I'm going to align horizontal by center, and then I click the other view I want to align to, and then it aligns to that. And now when I move this view, the other view moves too, at least in the vertical direction. So I like that. I'm happy with that. They can see how the house goes together. We're not going to bother with dimensions or top front profile views right now. What I do want to concentrate on is this down here. The way that I got this description to come out is when I open up my house assembly. When I saved it, I hit save as, and I can type a description down here. So if I want to change this, if I don't want the word drawing in it, I'll backspace and delete that out of there and save that as it is. And then I'm going to go back to my sheet, and you can see the word drawing has been dropped, but it still doesn't fit in the box that I want it to fit in. So I'm going to right click the sheet, not in a view but just on the sheet itself, and I'm going to click edit sheet format, and then I can choose these things here, and I'm going to double click it, and I'm not going to change the text because it's automatic. I want to leave it automatic, so all I'm going to do is change the size of it. So I'm going to change the size down to about 18 so we can still read it. And as you can see, it still doesn't fit in the box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click it again, and I'm going to change the shape of this text box that it's in, and then I'm going to move it, and I'm going to have to zoom in to center it. Okay, now similarly I'm going to do that for this drawing number box. This box is automatically formatted to put in the file name for the drawing number, so that's why it says house assembly on drawing number. I'm just going to leave that so I know what my file name is, but I'm going to change the font down to say, let's say 12. And again, I'm going to center that. And you can see our scale is a little big, so I'm going to change that a little bit too, just go down to 8 so we can read it. And I'm going to hit the F key so I can see the whole sheet. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to hit edit sheet again, and then that brings us back to the assembly view. And I'm going to center this a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to save this as house assembly underscore drawing, and I'm going to save it in my CampD folder on my USB. That concludes this lesson. Thank you.